The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. My guest has just disappeared for a second. I hope he comes back. We are at the gathering of the Juggalos in Ohio. What part of Ohio are you in?
Lakewood.
Lakewood, Ohio. Okay, fine. And we have a great guest tonight. He's Matty Corvin, of the lead singer of the name the band again.
The band is Corvin's Breed.
Got it. Okay. And we're going to interview him. We're going to hear a music video about halfway through the show. But of course, before we begin, got to read these incredible underwriters. We have Knockout Deals Auto Sales in West Bridgewater. They're in Norton. We got Smokey's Almost Famous Hot Dogs in Rainham. They're in Norton. We got Brian's Barbershop in Kingston. We got Paws Above in Taunton. They're in Norton. We got Anthony Cycles in Middleborough. Great to have him back. We have Fritz Quality Auto Body in Bridgewater. They're in Norton. We have Tom Auto in Middleborough. We have Boombox in Middleborough. We have One Good Credit in Brockton. We have Lynch's Towing Auto Cycle and Truck Center in Brockton. One number for towing, one number for projects. My pal Lynch is always looking for new scrap metal, wheels, anything to do with transportation. He handles it all. We have Diesel Plus Unlimited in Whitman. We have Eli's Auto Care in Taunton. We have Haven Psychiatric Services right here in the building in room 211. We have RW Carpet and Flooring in Norton, covering floors for 50 years. We have Grant's Rental in Bridgewater. We have Doggy Boutique, all-breed professional grooming for dogs and cats, run by my great next-door neighbor, Debbie Siddell in Brockton. And we have Joe's Diner in Taunton. And I want to thank you guys very much. And now officially, Matty Corvin, thank you for doing my show tonight, taking time out from your festival, which is 20,000 strong, you say?
Last year it was.
Well, you say you got a lot of people this year, too. I remember we talked.
Yes.
And it's bustling right now, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And you guys are going to be...
Yeah,
and your band's going to be performing later, right?
Yeah, we performed Friday at 4:15 on the Omen stage.
Okay, that'll be tomorrow. Today's Thursday.
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Well, we've been trying to get you on the show for a while. I remember we connected, I think, back in January, right around the beginning of the year. And so you told me about the band, and now we're finally making it happen. Now, you're from this area originally.
Yes.
You're from Attleboro, aren't you?
Providence.
Providence. Okay, near Attleboro. Right. Okay. And so tell me about yourself growing up. And then we're going to talk about the band and all the people in it. And then we'll watch the music video and discuss that. But talk about growing up in Providence and how you got into music and whatever else you did as a kid. If I have any questions pertaining to all of the above, I'll throw them in as I see fit. So go ahead, if you would.
My parents were both super into music.
Okay.
There was always music going on in the house. My dad was actually a drummer. So I started off playing drums, and he taught me like the very basics. And then I went off and did my own thing. Once I mastered that, I kind of leaned more into learning how to play other instruments because I just love music so much. Okay. I just wanted to learn it all. So.
Okay. So all right. Were both your parents musicians, or just your father?
No, just my father. My mom was into the 80s hair bands.
Oh,
so
okay.
That was like my introduction to music,
Got it. Okay, yeah. Like you're kind of like Depeche Mode and them bands like that?
More like Poison and Motley Crue.
Oh, okay, the heavy metal stuff. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I remember them. They were phenomenal. They took MTV by storm. So I guess you were an 80s kid. You grew up in the 80s. And you were
Yeah, I grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
But, I got a lot of the 80s flavor from my mom.
Okay, I understand. So how old were you? Did you start writing songs as a kid yourself?
Yeah, I've always been, trying to write music. I just been obsessed with it since I was a kid.
Okay, it's a passion, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm that typical kid, that banged on pots and pans and things like that.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you take lessons of any kind as a kid? Your father taught you some drums, right? Or did you take it? And did you take it anywhere else? Any lessons or taught yourself or whatever?
Um, yeah, I took lessons for a little while, and I did that, but mostly self-taught, I would
O-
say, more than
Okay.
anything.
Oh, so
Yeah.
self-taught. So you taught yourself
Oh,
guitar. That's all right. Hey, just hold it steady. You taught yourself guitar, I guess, right? And then singing and all that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Now, were you in a band as a kid at all? And if,
Um, I played in other bands. I've played multiple different instruments and multiple different bands.
okay.
So I've been always very, very active.
I got it. Okay. Well, what instruments did you play? You played the guitar. You played the drums. What else? Anything else?
Yeah, guitar, drums, bass, synthesizer,
Okay.
vocals. I've done it all.
Wow. Okay. Wow. You're like a one-man band. All right. Well,
Yeah.
how old now? Now, if you grew up in Providence, what high school did you go to? And there's a bunch of them there, right?
Yeah, I actually so I'm from Rhode Island originally,
Right.
and then uh I went to Attleboro High School
Okay.
um when going into my teenage years.
Oh, so you basically crossed the state line and became,
Yeah,
they call it a mass hole when you come from Rhode Island. I know, you heard that?
yep,
Yeah, okay. Wow, interesting.
absolutely.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What was the reason for that? Most people don't do that.
Um uh my mom's side of the family was they all lived in the area,
Oh,
so
okay, okay.
um yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, when you were in school, what I'm getting at is, did you play music at school? Were you in a band at school, or any of your school?
Yeah, I did the the typical band thing, the band
Okay,
kid thing. I was in drumline in high school. I did jazz band. You know,
okay.
I did it all.
And I guess you call that, you were a garage band kid, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got it. Okay, and I assume and now, did you recruit anybody in your neighborhood to play in the band as well, or anyone at all to recruit, in regard whether they were in your
Yeah.
neighborhood or not?
Yeah, once I got into high school, I wanted to form this band,
Okay,
you know. And so I just got a bunch of kids that, I went to school with, and together, and we're all into the same kind of music.
yep,
So we did that whole thing, and we're going on 10 years strong now,
yeah, yeah,
as being a band, multiple different musicians throughout the years.
okay,
But I've always been, I've always believed in it, and believed in myself.
yeah,
So I just kept it going, no matter who's in, who's out. I don't let anything stop me.
of course. Oh, wow, sounds to me like it's your passion. Now, so the band you're in now is the same one you've been in for 10 years, you say?
Yeah, Corvin's Breed has been, I want to say March would have been, or March was our 10-year anniversary.
Sweet. So you started in March of
So
2014.
yes,
Wow. Okay.
that's right.
That's incredible.
We played our first show in March of 2014.
Wow. Okay. And
Yeah.
since then, I guess you've traveled around the country because now you're in Ohio doing this festival.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
did
the first
two.
time either.
No, we've done. This is our first time at the Gathering of the Juggalos. We
Okay.
have been touring. Last year, we did two U.S. tours with our friends in Cyclone 9.
Okay.
They're an industrial metal band, um, and they're all family.
Okay.
We're very close friends, and the singer of that band is the producer of our band, so he kind of took us under his wing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Um,
All right. Now, are these people from New England too, or are they from somewhere else?
no, they're from Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. So how did you meet up with them, being across the country?
So the singer and I met online
Oh,
through a
really? Okay.
mutual friend years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it was his friend's, one of his old roommates' friends, that knew him and showed him my music, and so he contacted me via email, and we've been friends ever since.
Oh, that's great. Okay, and this was how long ago? It's like 10
Yeah.
years ago, right?
No, I would say this was maybe like 8 years ago,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the Zoom stuff had nothing to do with COVID, even though it was long before COVID, but you met them online anyway, and you still, because I know a lot of people made the most of COVID by Zooming with other people, and next thing you know, they're forming bonds of all kinds, and music and other things too. But this was long
Yeah.
before that. Okay, yeah, all right. So you were actually doing Zoom before most of us were doing it, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to network online,
Of course.
meet new people,
Yep.
do that whole thing,
Yeah.
and social media has its ups and downs.
Oh, I know it does.
Pros and cons.
Yep.
And that's definitely one of the pros.
Oh yeah, exactly. So how many are currently in the band now? 5?
At the moment, there are 4 of us.
4 of you. Okay. So you
Yeah.
want to talk about each member of the band as long as we're going over it? I mean, originally we were going to get all members of the band in today, but I guess it was too noisy, so we got you instead. So why don't you give them all like a little bit of synopsis, and we'll talk about each guy. It's all
Sure.
male, all guys in the band.
Yes.
Okay, then
Yes.
go ahead, talk about them.
We have our drummer, Davey Dreyer.
Okay.
We met. It's funny. We met online a few years ago.
Okay.
And he's absolutely incredible drummer. His personality is huge, and he has a bigger heart as well.
Okay.
Ryan Lynch plays guitar.
Okay.
He's in multiple different bands. And then we have on bass, we have Zero, who plays he plays bass in our band, and he has his own band called Price as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then there's you. So
And then there's me.
and now are you the lead singer of the band?
I am.
Okay, and you play, and I guess you still play drums and guitar as well, and maybe and other instruments too, if necessary. Correct?
Yeah, I'll do stuff on the album.
Yeah.
Live I'm just vocals, but
Okay.
I'll still get calls to work with other bands and things like that.
Okay.
And so.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, because I know you said you started as a drummer.
Yes.
Okay, and all these guys are from different parts of the country. Is that it? Is that right?
Yeah. Davey lives in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Ryan's in Jersey. Zero's in California. So, what started out as something that was just it was just a Rhode Island band.
Right.
Kind of evolved into, it's kind of like a Frankenstein of a band. People from different bands are in,
Okay, yeah.
from all over the place.
Yeah, cumulative effect. Okay. And in terms of like where have you, I guess you performed all over the country though since then, right? Since you started?
Yeah. We've done two full U.S. tours with Cyclone 9.
Okay.
We even had our first show outside of the U.S. in Vancouver.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
For the first time.
That's a big venue. I know there's a lot of great fans out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
They were very grateful to see us.
I'm sure they were, and hear you too, obviously. All right.
Yeah.
And now what about on the radio? You get a lot of radio play as well? Radio play?
Yeah.
Different venues?
Yeah, we're a lot of our music is over in Europe. That's
Okay.
kind of like where we're thriving right now.
Okay.
We're trying to build more in the U.S., of course.
Yep.
But we got a lot of the goth industrial radios,
Okay.
stations that spin our stuff.
Cool.
But
Okay.
mostly like Spotify is
Yeah.
where people go.
Exactly. I know there's a lot
These
of
days,
opportunities
yeah.
there. So aside from music, I'm just wondering, did you ever do anything else in entertainment? Did you ever do any acting? Did you ever I don't know, did you ever play sports? You look athletic.
Yeah, I when I was a kid, I did a bunch of sports and stuff like that,
Okay.
I played baseball, football,
Yeah, yeah.
basketball, hockey.
Okay.
Um, it just really wasn't my thing. My thing
Right.
was music,
Music, of course. Yep.
Um,
Okay.
so so yeah, I'm super into horror and horror movies, and
Okay.
so I'm a big fan of the entertainment
Industry.
industry
Of
for
course.
sure.
Okay. Well, guess what? We're halfway through the show, and now we're going to watch. This is a video from Corvin's Breed, right? Oh,
Yes, this is Straight to the Curb.
got it.
It's
Okay.
our single off of our new album, The Santhropy.
Okay. All right, folks. So watch the video, listen to it, enjoy it. We'll be right back to discuss it. Oh, Matty, that was great. Tell us about the video we just watched.
So that was shot the start of the tour last year that we did.
Okay.
We did that. We shot it in LA,
Okay.
and at my friend's mansion
Wow.
up in the Hollywood Hills.
Sweet.
And there wasn't really any sort of plan or idea. We just kind of did it on the fly.
Yep.
It was shot and directed by myself and my friend Seven Dunbar.
Okay.
I have Ryan Lynch,
Okay.
who plays guitar in Corvin's Breed. He's in there, as well as our friend Monique.
Okay.
So the idea is basically, the song's about when you relying on somebody, and having that trust in somebody just for them to kind of turn their back on you.
Oh yeah.
And kind of leave you alone in the dark. So
I've been through that
the
many times, so I can relate.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's why we have Monique comes over to Ryan's house and ends up poisoning him,
Oh, okay.
and
She's the
puts a
pimpin'
VR
top.
set.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, that's clever.
Puts
I
a
like
VR
it.
set on him while he's tripping out, and he's what he's experiencing is me in a cage.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wow.
which we shot at it was a abandoned zoo. So I was in like some monkey cage or something.
Okay. You did. So you did part of the video with a zoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you actually? Wow. Okay. I hope that didn't screw up the feeding time of the animals. I hope.
Oh no, it's been abandoned, I believe, for like 20 years or something like that.
Oh, an abandoned zoo. Okay.
So yeah.
Now
Was definitely not active. I would not
you wouldn't
promote that.
You wouldn't get in a zoo. You wouldn't get in a cage with a real gorilla, I guess, right?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. No, I know. I guess it makes sense. All right. So the Hollywood Hills. Now I've been out to California. I've been to Southern California. That's like, is that near Malibu? Or was that higher? Is that somewhere else? I wasn't clear. I wasn't really sure about that.
It's
If you're
I'm not
either, that's fine. I'm just
I'm
wondering.
not sure where
It's a nice
my
area,
geographics are.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty sweet that you got to do a video on a
absolutely.
mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
Okay. Wow. So, have you ever performed in New York as well? Have you ever performed in these venues around New York, LA, in LA? Did you perform out there as well when you traveled to do these videos? And live shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been to New York City. We played in Los Angeles, Florida, Texas.
Okay.
Chicago. We've been all over the place.
That's awesome. Okay. All right. Now that so what's going on for the rest of the summer now? I mean, we're in late August now. We're pretty much just about to be. You got any big festivals coming up besides what you're at now?
Not at the moment. We're definitely throwing our name in hats right now. We plan on doing an East Coast tour.
Okay.
That's going to start up very, very soon and be announced very soon.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that and to be back out there and revisiting the cities that we've already been to and seeing those fans again.
Not to mention the fact that you go back home, and I'm sure there's plenty of your fans from your hometown are waiting for you to greet you as well.
Yes, we are working on something very, very special.
That's awesome. Okay.
That I cannot talk about.
That's cool. I mean, I'm glad we heard it. I'm glad we heard this much. I know it's gonna pique the curiosity of the viewing audience of the show. Not to mention, other people that are gonna wonder about it as well.
Of course.
Do you have aside from the band, do you have another family? You married with kids or not, or just? I always wonder the size of a person's family and how it affects their lives.
No, I'm by myself.
Okay. That frees you up, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, time away from friends and family, definitely is tough for sure for anyone. But it's you gotta make a sacrifice if this is what you want to do with your life.
Yeah, but it's right. But if it's something you love, then they get it, and they're probably very happy and supportive of what you're doing. And I know I'd be, and I'm delighted that you're doing my show because it makes me almost look good. To have someone
exactly
talented like yourself on as a guest. Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah. So do you have? I'm just wondering, do you have the paparazzi follow you around when you run tour ever?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay. That's the next. That'll be the next thing.
Yeah, we're pretty low key, and and if anybody ever sees us, we don't bite. We're very friendly people.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure you are. Well, I mean, you got the big shoulders and the tattoos, but I mean that's a real rock star. I mean that's something that you're benevolent to people. That's good. That's wonderful, and I'm sure that Okay. Do you create other like designs? You do logos for your band as well, like T-shirts, license plates, stuff like that.
Yeah, we have we have shirts, hoodies, long sleeves. We're working on jerseys right now.
Cool. Okay.
Um, so I have I have a guy named Alex that works on all the artwork and things like that. So
Right.
I send him my ideas and we kind of collaborate on that. But he's the one to take all the credit for sure.
Okay. Well, guess what, Matty? We're down to under 5 minutes of the final 5 minutes of the show. I hope you had fun talking to me.
Oh, absolutely. Thank
All
you
right.
for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So what I want you to do in the remaining time is look at your unit there, give shouts out to some people that are going to see the show. You can start with your bandmates and your family members, friends, whatever, and then we'll wrap the show up with my snap and the way we began it. So go ahead. Just condense them.
Oh, I'd like to give a shout out to my mom. Shout out to Darth Vader. Um, Shout out to all the juggalos here at the gathering.
Okay.
Shout out to ICP for having us on.
Okay. What's ICP? What's that?
Insane Clown Posse.
It's what? What is it? Is that like is that a TV show too, or is
No, they're a horrorcore rap group.
Oh, okay. So that you open for them, is that it?
It's their festival.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So
Um,
all right. So they're having you win their festival. I understand what you mean. It's their show.
Absolutely.
They're a band too, but they're allowing you in there as well, which is great.
Yeah, and there's tons of other bands we're playing with. Static X
Okay.
and Vended. Um, Tons of I know DJ Paul is here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good time. Lots of good people here.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. How's the weather there now? It looks. I mean, it's got to be. We're still having rain here, by the way. It was pissing rain when I
Uh,
got here, and it's still. It was thundering. Like I said, the fire alarm was going off when I came into the building, and finally, the fire department came and shut it off. I was thinking it had to be the lightning because it was hitting pretty hard a while back. But now we were worried there might be something in the building because there's a lot of different departments in this building besides the TV station. A lot of different businesses and stuff. But fortunately, everything's okay now. But I guess your weather's pretty good, right?
It was extremely muggy earlier
Of course it's
today.
muggy. It's summertime, but
Oh my God,
yeah, it was muggy here too. That's what the rain does. It cleans out the mugginess.
absolutely. So I'm hoping it comes soon.
Oh, absolutely. All right. So look, if you had a good time talking to me doing my show, then if you have anybody that you have in mind that might be a good guest for me, you got my digits. Have them contact me. We can get some of your other bandmates on if they want to do it. If you have that girl Monique that was in your video, if she wants to do the show, let's get her on too. I'd love to have. Yep. And so anybody that you think might be a good guest for my show, whether they're in the music industry or just interesting people for whatever reason, a lot of people, just give them my digits and we'll get them on.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so I got one last favor to ask. We're going to wrap the show up in a minute. Will you please stick around and let my tech guy take a pic for Facebook, and I'll tag you in it.
Okay.
And if you want it, you can tag me as well. All right, yeah, you did a great job. Okay, so you got that East Coast tour coming. Is that going to include Boston too? I guess.
We're working on something for the hometown or for Providence or Boston, somewhere in the surrounding area. But
Okay.
there will be something
Okay.
for sure.
Now, do you have an agent that does all your picks all your spots that schedules you for stuff? It sounds like you're so busy. I figured you probably need one, but you tell me.
Yeah, it's I have a guy, his name's Jonathan. He's super great.
Okay.
He takes care of that stuff for me.
Okay, great. All right, well, all right, we're going to wrap the show up now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this mid-August episode of Topic Time. My 14th anniversary is coming up Sunday of when I began Topic Time on August 18th of 2010, and then that show is always on the Easton website for viewing. Right now, we're going to wrap the show up, so signing off and rolling out. More great shows to follow. So take care and see you in the start of the 15th year of Topic Time. Okay. There we go.